floor up.
Speaker, my question is to the Minister of Finance. I want to ask the Minister of Finance about his role and that of his ministry in the Orange scandal. On April 13th of last year, when questions were first raised about the scandal in this chamber, about the irregularities at Orange, the Minister of Finance stood in his place in response to one of those questions and said this: "I can assure the Legislature and the people of Ontario that the contractual arrangements with Orange protect the interest of taxpayers unequivocally." Well, Speaker, given that there's now a criminal investigation into those contractual arrangements, can the Minister tell us why he felt so compelled to so vigorously defend this organization? Can he tell us who he got that information from last evening?
Thank you. Minister of Finance.
Speaker, the member opposite is aware we expect the Auditor General's report today. There is a criminal investigation going on that's been conducted by the OPP, Mr. Speaker, and I look forward to the recommendation of the Auditor General, as does our government. I would remind the member
from Renfrew, come to order.
The OPP investigation will, I'm not certain when that will be completed, but that will also assist all of us in understanding what went on there. Clearly, there were challenges that we were not aware of at the time in April, and I welcome both the Auditor General as well as the OPP investigation to assist us in getting closer to understanding what precisely occurred at Orange over the course of the last number of years.
Thank you. Supplementary.
Well, Speaker, it's not enough to say that there's an investigation going on. It's not enough to say that the Auditor General will report the results of his investigation. The question that I put to the Minister was very specific. I want to know now who's investigating the Ministry of Finance for the information that they gave the Minister so that he could stand in this place and say that unequivocally he can assure the taxpayers that the terms of that contractual arrangements are in the best interest of the taxpayer. Will the Minister now stand in his place and tell us who gave him that information that allowed him so boldly to stand in his place and say that he can unequivocally assure taxpayers that their best interests are being met?
Thank you. Minister of Finance.
Speaker, later today the Minister of Health will be bringing forward legislation that will contain the government's entire response to this very
The convention is when I stand, it gets quiet. Minister.
Minister of Health will be bringing forward new legislation today. We've signed a new performance agreement. The OPP is key, in my view, Mr. Speaker, and I think it's the view of all members of the House, to understanding what precisely went wrong. To the member opposite, I do regret saying that last year. There's no question. It was we, and on this side of the House, and I'm confident the OPP will do the kind of investigation that the Minister of Health has asked them to. I'm confident that the legislation the Minister is bringing forward today is appropriate. I'm confident in the Auditor General, and I'm confident the OPP will help us get to the bottom.
Thank you. Final supplementary.
Speaker, finally, there is one Cabinet Minister here who actually regrets that he said what he said about this issue. And I want to commend him for that. But there are many others who have not accepted responsibility. And, Speaker, that speaks to the need for having a select committee of the Legislature where people can come forward and tell us exactly what they knew. The OPP investigation won't go there. The Auditor General's scope will not include that. There are many frontline people who want to come and tell us what happened and what must be done to restore confidence in our air ambulance service. I want to know from the Minister now, in the same spirit that he admitted that he was wrong when he made the statement in April, will he stand in his place and admit that we need a select committee, and will he support a select committee of the legislature to get to the bottom of this?
Minister of Finance.
Let me first of all say to the member opposite and all Ontarians that our Minister of Health has taken every appropriate and necessary step in a timely fashion to get at the bottom of this most unfortunate set of circumstances. Mr. Speaker, let's just review what we've done. First of all, the Auditor General will be reporting today, Mr. Speaker. I look forward to his recommendations, as does the Minister of Health, and she will act on those recommendations. Second of all, Mr. Speaker, we asked the OPP to come in and look at this because, quite frankly, Mr. Speaker, the member opposite and others know that what went on here could possibly, and we don't know for certain, we'll wait for their investigation, we will learn things that nobody had access to, I suspect, as a result of this. We have taken all the appropriate steps in as timely a fashion as is possible. I'm confident the audit...